Hello, my name is Chris Butler. I'm the Technical Solutions Architect for Teradici, and I'm here with you today to demonstrate the simplicity with which you can deploy a dynamic and robust VM that uses the latest Teradici PC over IP technology to deliver incredible color depth, frames per second, and 4K clarity unrivaled in the market today. I will describe the components and what each means to the solution. Let's start with a simple architecture required to get started. On the right, we have our clients. For these, we will install the desktop client. The desktop client comes in versions for Windows, Linux, and now even Mac OS. There are also versions for mobile devices like iOS tablets, Android-based devices, etc. On the left, we have our instance in Azure, but not just any instance. We're using an NVV4 instance with the AMD Radeon MI25 graphics card that supports simultaneous multi-threading, giving you dedicated GPU power. These dedicated GPU capabilities can be spun up in increments of 4, 8, 16, and even the entire card at 32, enabling workstation-like power in a cloud VM. To level set, I'll give you a quick overview of what is PC over IP. PC over IP is a display protocol that encodes the complete desktop or workload, and then it's displayed through a PC over IP client device over a standard IP network. PC over IP technology uses advanced display compression to provide the remote computing solutions such as physical workstations, GPU-enabled virtual workstations, like the one we're using today, or standard virtual desktops. It also supports many of the devices available to physical machines, including keyboard, mouse, USB devices, tablets, multiple monitors, printers, audio devices, even custom options. The PC over IP protocol ensures ultra-secure remote connectivity between a remote computer and a broad range of client devices, including stateless zero clients, software clients, and mobile clients. Display images are compressed and transmitted as a stream of encrypted pixels, ensuring corporate IP remains secured within the enterprise data center. The PC over IP protocol offers unrivaled performance in terms of user interactivity, frame rate, and image quality, especially when used in conjunction with zero clients, which virtually eliminate client-related latency. PC over IP also features a build to lossless capability, which ensures lossless reproduction of the original display image. Lossless reproduction is critical, particularly in instances such as medical diagnostics, geospatial analysis, and media production, where the image itself contains important visual information. PC over IP uses the UDP protocol, which is much better suited for streaming media and real-time display situations than TCP-based alternatives, especially over high latency networks. With this simple architecture, your users can connect securely and directly to a cloud VM from anywhere. For today's demo, I've used the Azure Marketplace offering for Esri's ArcGIS Pro software. As you can see, all I had to do was click Create, give it some basic Azure information, and select the VM type. Within seconds, my VM is up and running, powered by the AMD Radeon graphics card, and with the desired application installed. All that's left to do is install the PC over IP host agent, and my clients can start connecting. I will log into the newly created VM and show you the next step in the process. Here on the screen, you can see that the VM drivers recognize the AMD Radeon GPU, so now it's time to give our users a way to access this VM from any device. For this, we're going to use the Teradici PC over IP graphics agent on the host VM and the PC over IP desktop client on the client side. From the host VM, I launched the Teradici graphics agent installation package. I downloaded it from the docs.teradici.com site. And once installed, I now have a host VM with all the GPU power to run intensive visual applications like ArcGIS, Adobe Premiere Pro, AutoCAD, etc. For our demo today, we're using Esri's ArcGIS Desktop Pro application, which came pre-installed with the Marketplace offering, and the NVV4 is the image type. It's that simple to get connected to a powerful GPU-enabled cloud VM in Azure and access it with the Emmy Award-winning PC over IP technology to give your users the best experience with GPU-intensive applications. With that, I'll hand it over to our partner 6nines to give you a demo of the ArcGIS software running on the VM we just created. Thanks.
And now that we've created our instance in Azure, the NVV4 instance with the AMD Radeon MI25 graphics card assigned to it, I can now launch that VM, and I will share my screen. And here you can see that we have ArcGIS running. This is in the VM we just created. I've launched ArcGIS. I've brought up a map. And now I could show you some of the color depth and clarity and line accuracy and all of the things that we're known for. So here's a standard map. You can see some of the different layers are on. I start turning on a few more of those to give you an idea. So we're using the full power of this graphics card. Even though it's 2D, we get a lot of very fast, very accurate color depth, line quality, all of the things that you would expect to be able to do in a GPU enabled workstation, I can now do in Azure in a VM. So now I'll turn on shading. This is probably the most intensive part of that. You can see that now I have all of the different color depth, and that's very important when you start talking about gradient colors and things like that, where it makes a big difference as I zoom in to be able to see where the different shading lines intersect and bleed over. All of that is possible via PC over IP. So now I want to thank our friends from 6 Nines who have graciously built all of this for me. I'm not an ArcGIS pro, so having them stand all of this up and create the application for me to demo and upload the data has been a fantastic help, and we appreciate everything that they did for us. I'll turn on a couple more layers. You can really see that everything is very responsive. I'm getting the frame rates, I'm getting the color depth and the line quality that I would expect. All of this is in an Azure VM that I've connected to via the Teradici client. Easy, simple architecture that you can deploy in your environment for all of your CAD CAM, graphics intensive users, whether they're doing video editing or AutoCAD work for plat maps, or they're doing 3D modeling. Thank you very much for your time today.